doing, children? Today is our fourth day, right? Today is our fourth day doing the online classes, right? Now take out a theory book first. Take out a theory books. Now I told you last week also we are going to start the remaining parts. The remaining is as teach. Now take out the theory book and write the topic tessellation. The topic tessellation. The new topic tessellation. The new topic is tessellation. Write the topic tessellation. 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 I told you last week also. Now we have to do some remaining parts. So I am going to complete the remaining parts also today. Today I hope to complete two of your lessons. Lesson number tessellation, and I also hope to complete the likelihood of an event. Number 28 and 29 to be discussed today. You have tried all these things in your theory book, right? Write all these things in your theory book. Today I am going to complete read number 28 and read number 29. It's very important. So if you work faster, it is easy for me also. So please write the note very fast. The reason is that I can't. I have to manage to complete all these two lessons, and also I need to reach the board quickly. So please write. Now we are grade 7 students. Now from the next month you are in grade 8. So you have to work faster, right? Work faster and write more faster, so that is easy for me. Then I can also teach. If you write more faster, I also can do the video very fast. So right. So help me a lot. The big tessellation. Right. Now you have seen various kind of designs. No, you have seen various kind of designs. No, now in your walls you can see many designs. So name some places where you can see designs, beautiful designs. In mats you can see mats. Then some other places where you can see designs. Household designs are there. Household designs are in curtains. There are designs. In curtains there are designs. In many other places you can see different kind of designs. Now, just take example. Now I am going to design the board. Just think. This is one of a design, right? So you can see in this design mainly you can see rectangle and a square. In this diagram on the board you can see rectangle and squares are there. This is also one of a design. You can clearly see that I have marked these squares in red color, squares in black color, right? Squares in black color have been marked. You can see clearly them. Now it is identical to you, right? These black colors are the squares that I have drawn, and the red color ones are the rectangles. So you can see this is one of a creative design that I have been drawn in the board. Now I am going to draw another design in the board. Another design in a board. See the board well. You must tolerate until I draw these things in the board, right? Otherwise you can't manage, no? So tolerate the things well. Right. And I have named. I can see clearly in this picture. Wait, I will zoom it. You can see mainly two pictures are there. I name it as first number 1 and this design as number 2. Now see it clearly. You can see it in the board very clearly. I have marked two figures, two designs, which has been as number 1 and number 2. Right. You can see in this design. What are the features you observe in this design? The design that I am pointing now, this one, this point. What are the special features you observe? You can see in this picture, two different shapes have been used to create this design. To make this design, two different shapes have been used. Two different shapes have been used. One shape is the rectangle, one shape is the square. Right? One shape is the rectangle, one shape is the square. So you can see two different figures are there. Right? And also, what can you tell about, are there gaps or space between the two these figures? In this design, are there gaps or spaces? No gaps or no spaces are there. Right? No gaps and no spaces are there. And this one, the figure that I have marked as 2, in this figure you can see only one figure is there. Only one figure has been used to make this figure. So the shape that have been used is, for the shape, the shape that have been used is the rectangle. The shape that I have used is the rectangle. So you can see two differences, two main differences between these two kind of design. In the first one you saw that they have used two kind of shapes. One is a rectangle, other one is a square. Here only rectangles have been used. In both of these occasions that have been marked as number 1 and number 2, you can clearly see that no spaces or no gaps are there. No spaces or no gaps are there. So right, so we are going, this is a picture that I draw to understand what a tessellation is. Tessellation is a process of a creative design which consists of repeated one or more shape. It's a creative design which consists one or more shapes closely fitted together without gaps or spaces. Right? Without gaps or spaces. Right. Tessellation is the process of creating design which consists of the repeated use of one or more shapes closely fitted together without gaps or overlaps on a plane surface. So right, the first thing you have to do is write the topic tessellation. Write the definition of the tessellation. The definition: tessellation is the process. Tessellation is the process. Now you write these things in a theory book. Tessellation is the process of a creative design. Write these things in your notebook. Tessellation is the process of a creative design which consists of one or more shapes Tessellation is a process of a creative design which consists of one or more shapes closely fitted together without spaces or gaps. Tessellation is a process of a creative design which consists of one or more shapes closely fitted together without spaces or gap or overlaps on a plane surface. Right? I tell the idea again. Tessellation is the process of a creative design, write it fast, which consists of one or more shapes closely fitted together without spaces or gaps or overlaps on a plane surface is known as tessellation. Right? Tessellation is the process of a creative design which consists of one or more shapes closely fitted together without spaces or gaps or overlaps on a plane surface is known as tessellation. After writing definition of the tessellation, you can draw these two figures. Draw these two figures and name it as number 1 and number 2. Right? Draw it nicely. Write the definition first. Right? Tessellation is the process of a creative design which consists of one or more shapes closely fitted together without spaces or gaps or overlaps on a plane surface is known as the tessellation. After that, you can draw this diagram. Two diagrams nicely. Draw it nicely. The two diagrams. In number 1, it consists of rectangles and squares. This one only consists of rectangles. Right? They only consist of rectangles. They only consist of rectangles. Right? Draw it nicely. Draw it nicely and name it as 1 and 2. Draw these two figures and name it as 1 and 2. Draw the figures and name it as 1 and 2. Name it as 1 and 2. Draw the figures nicely and name it as 1 and 2. Tessellation is the process of a creative design which consists of one or more shapes closely fitted together without spaces or gaps or overlaps on a plane surface is known as tessellation. Tessellation is the process of a creative design which consists of one or more shapes closely fitted together without spaces or gaps or overlaps on a plane surface is known as tessellation. You can see now in this figure number 1 and number 2, there are no any overlaps or spaces or gaps are between there and there. Such a creative design is known as tessellation. So if you think creatively, and I have drawn two figures. Now draw the third one with your own. Draw third figure, tessellation, creative design without spaces or gaps. Draw any figure. You can use two shapes. You can use two shapes and draw any kind of design that you like. Remember, tessellation means a creative design which doesn't consist of overlaps or gaps. Overlaps with gaps with किसी जाक नहीं तावे वे फाइंग वाले तमा. I have drawn only two figures have been drawn in the board. I have drawn two figures in the board. Now you have to think creatively and draw another one figure with your own. You have to draw another figure with your own, another one figure. Do it now. I will give you 1 minute time. Think creatively. Remember, in your picture you can use about two shapes. The two shapes is good. Use two shapes, right? Use two shapes and draw another figure. Draw another. There must be three figures. 1, 2, 3. Use only two shapes. Two shapes is enough. Use two shapes and draw tessellation, a creative design. Remember, in this tessellation there can't be gaps or spaces, right? There can't be gaps or spaces. So draw a figure. I have already drawn two figures. I will give you the 1 minute time to draw that figure. Two are in the board, right? You think creatively and draw a figure with two shapes. Draw it. Draw the third one with your own. Remember, there must be only two shapes, right? There must be only two shapes must be there, right? In Sinhala we'll tell Tessellation, right? Sinhala term is Tessellation. Remember, our online class is on Thursday, so don't ask from us what is the online date again and again, right? The normal class date is on Thursday at 7 p.m, right? And remember that we have given facilities for you. If you have still not take the papers, if you do not take the papers from some other institute, you can take all the papers of this month from that one time. Now you can take all the papers at one time. You can go to some other institute and tell to them to give all the papers of the month, right? Then you can get all the, then if you take all the papers, you don't need to come to the some other institute every day. So I think with this situation in the country, it is very better. It is far well better because already your parents also must stay at home in this situation. They tell to them also not to go anywhere because the situation in the country is not good. The most positive thing is staying at home. So the better thing is you can take all the papers for the month this month from some other institute from this. If you have not taken still, you can go to some other institute tomorrow and tell to them and take that all the papers. Take all the papers of this month. Then it is very easy for you also. Sometime this month there will be more videos will be there. So we have discussed some homework also. I will discuss them and send you the link. So please do that homework that I gave you last week also. Get ready with the answers. Right. At one time I will put the link for the group. So get ready with them also, and if you have not taken the papers still, please go to the institute and take it. Take all the papers. Right. Take all the papers and get ready. Now I think time is enough. I gave you time to draw another figure. Right, then write. Time is enough, I think. 30 more seconds to draw the third figure also. Draw another third figure also. I think your time is enough. No, time is enough. Now put a star mark and write. Put a star mark and write. In the above 1, 2, 3 figures, in the above, put a star mark and write. In the above, 1, 2, 3 designs. In the above 1, 2, 3 designs, we can clearly observe that there are no spaces or gaps. There are no spaces or gaps. In the above figure 1, 2, 3 designs, we can clearly observe that there are no spaces or gaps. Right? There are no spaces or gaps. In the above 1, 2, 3 designs, we can clearly observe that there are no spaces or gaps. There are no spaces or gaps. So such a design is known as. Tessellation. So such a design is known as tessellation. So such a design is known as tessellation. Right? Such a design is known as tessellation. So such a design is known as tessellation. In the above 1, 2, 3 designs, I will tell the point that again. In the above 1, 2, 3 designs, we can clearly observe that there are no spaces or gaps. There are no spaces or gaps. There are no spaces or gaps. In the above 1, 2, 3 designs, we can clearly observe that there are no spaces or gaps. So such a design is known as tessellation. Right. Such a design is known as tessellation. Time is enough. Right. Now see the board. Tessellation can be divided into 2 equal parts. Right, tessellation can be divided in two parts. There are two types of tessellations we are going to learn. There are two types of tessellations. Right, one tessellation is known as pure tessellation. One tessellation is known as pure tessellation. The other one is known as semi-pure tessellation. The other one is known as semi-pure tessellation. So now, in the middle of the book, write the topic tessellations again and divide in two equal parts. The one is known as pure tessellation. The other one is known as semi-pure tessellation. There are two kinds of tessellations we are going to learn. One kind is a pure tessellation. The other one is semi-pure tessellation. One is pure tessellation. The other one is semi-pure tessellation. So write the word tessellation and divide in two parts. One is pure tessellation. The other one is semi-pure tessellation. Very nicely. Pure and semi-pure tessellation. There are two kinds of tessellations. Pure tessellation and semi-pure tessellation. Right? There are two kinds of tessellations. Pure tessellation and semi-pure tessellation. Pure tessellation and semi-pure tessellation. Right. Now the subtopic pure tessellation. Right, subtopic pure tessellation. The subtopic pure tessellation. Right. The subtopic pure tessellation. The new subtopic is pure tessellation. Right. Subtopic pure tessellation. Right, now I told you that we are going to learn two kind of tessellations. One type is pure tessellation. Right, see the board. Pure tessellation is a tessellation. It is made by only one shape. A design which is made by only one shape is known as pure tessellation. A tessellation that is done using just only one shape. A tessellation which is done only using one shape is known as a pure tessellation. So you draw some pure examples for pure tessellation. The board. You can see this tessellation that I am going to draw. Right. I am going to draw a figure. You can see that in this design only one shape is being used. The only shape is being used is, what is the only shape that we used? The only shape used is the triangle. Triangle is the only shape that is being used. So you can write it, right? You can do this design. Do this design. Only one shape is this. One shape is being there. Only one shape is being used. Only one shape has been used to draw this diagram. Right, you can see. Draw one figure. Write a big pure tessellation and draw this diagram. Number one. In this diagram only triangles are there. In this diagram only triangles are there. Only triangles are there. And draw it nicely. Draw it nicely. We can draw these diagrams using the hexagons also. Using hexagons also you can draw it nicely. Draw a pattern using hexagons also. Right? You can draw pattern using the hexagon. So see the board again. You can see that. You can draw diagram using the hexagon. So these are known as hexagon. This figure is drawn with only using hexagons. With only using hexagon. Draw it. It's number 2. After in this one you can draw this one. And third one is also in the board. I'm going to go third one also. Figure number 3. I have drawn 3 figures in the board. Copy them down. 1, 2, 3. First figure only triangles have been used to draw this design. To draw this tessellation I have used only triangles. In figure number 2 I have used hexagons. I have used hexagons to draw this figure. Number 3 I have used rectangles. Number 3 I have used rectangles. So please draw the diagrams correctly. Draw the diagrams correctly. So I cannot draw it correct now. Here if you see it, you can draw it nicely. Draw these diagrams there. Draw it nice, right? I'll give you 2 minutes time. Draw these triangles, then draw these hexagons, then draw the rectangles also. Draw the 3D signs, right? Draw the 3D signs in the middle. I give the board. Draw them. Draw all the 3D signs, right? Draw all the 3D signs. Draw all the 3D signs. This one, this figure, and this figure, right? This figure, and this figure. I draw all these figures. In this figure you can see only one shape and draw them nicely in your book. Draw them nicely. Then write with a star mark and write tessellation done by using one shape tessellation done by using one shape is called pure tessellation. Tessellation done by using one shape. Tessellation done by using one shape is called pure tessellation. Mark it correctly. Tessellation done by using one shape is called pure tessellation. Tessellation done by using one shape is called pure tessellation. Right? Tessellation done by using one shape is called pure tessellation. Right. Tessellation done by using one shape is called pure tessellation. Right. Now subtopic semi-pure tessellation. Next subtopic semi-pure tessellation. Next subtopic semi-pure tessellation. Next subtopic is semi-pure tessellation. Number 2, semi-pure tessellation. Right? Topic semi-pure tessellation. Topic is semi-pure tessellation. Write down the topic semi-pure tessellation. Stop your work and see the board. Stop your work and see the board. You can see in this tessellation. In this one, I have drawn in the board number 1. I can clearly see I have drawn 2 figures in the board. Right? I have drawn 2 figures in the board. In this figure also you can see now two shapes, number 1 and number 2 you can see. In number 1, 2 shapes have been used, a square and a triangle. Here we have used a rectangle and also a square has been used. A rectangle as well as a square have been used in this diagram. Right? We have used a rectangle as well as a square. Right? Rectangle as well as a square have been used in this diagram. You can clearly see 2 figures are there in the board. Right? We have marked 2 figures. One figure is in this figure. You can see a square and a rectangle. This one you can see rectangle and square. Now draw these 2 figures. You can see this topic is semi-pure tessellation. In this diagram, 2 shapes have been used. 2 shapes have been used. Draw it fast. You can see 2 figures have been used. Now you have to draw number 3 and number 4 in alone. Now here I have used 2 shapes. You can draw a figure with 2 or 3 shapes. You have to complete number 3 and number 4 alone. Draw 2 figures alone. Right? Now I have more than one should be there. More than one shape must be there. A topic was semi-pure tessellation. मात्र semi-pure tessellation ने मैं कहीं दिखे बोर्ड में आदर चाहिए तूने हाथ पर तनिंग दिन नो ना shapes एकड़े बढ़िया use कर ला shapes एकड़े बढ़िया use कर ला तब designs देखा creative designs देखा मुझे देखा नाम तरह तो extra देखा कंटिन्यू कर I'll give 5 minutes time to complete all these tricks. Draw these two and again you think alone and do number 3 and number 4. You must have 4 creative designs under semi-pure tessellation. Right? There should be 4 designs. I have already drawn 2 figures have been drawn. Please draw the other rest of the 2 figures. I think time is enough. I told you to draw 2 other figures for semi-pure tessellation. We know that semi-pure tessellation, in pure tessellation means a figure which drawn with only one shape. In pure tessellation only one shape is there. But in semi-pure tessellation we can use more than 2 shapes, 2 or more than 2. Right? A tessellation which is made by using two or more different shapes. Tessellation which is made by tessellation which is done by using two or more shapes. After drawing these four diagrams, you can write a tessellation done by using two or more shapes. Two or more shapes. Two or more shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. Is called a tessellation done by using two or more shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. A semi-pure tessellation. Right? Tessellation done by using two or more shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. Tessellation which is done by using two or more shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. Tessellation is done by using two or more shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. After drawing all these four figures, we have drawn two figures I have drawn on the board. You must draw two figures alone. After that you can write tessellation done by using two or more shapes is called semi-pure tessellation. Is called semi-pure tessellation. Write it. I think time is enough. I think now time is enough. After drawing all these four figures, you can write tessellation done by using two or more shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. Right? Write the question. Question number 1. Write the question number 1. Now you have to write all these questions down. Right? You have to write all these questions down. This question. Write down two facts. After drawing all these things, you have to write tessellation done by using two or more shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. Now write. After writing these things, you can write question number 1. Number 1. Don't keep space, right? You just write the question number, write all the question downwards. After that, you can write the answers. After that, you can write the answers. First one. Number 1. Write down the facts. Write down two facts. Write down two facts. Write down two facts. Write down two facts that needed to be considered. Write down two facts that needed to be considered when creating a tessellation. When creating a tessellation. Write down two facts that needed to be considered when creating a tessellation. When creating a tessellation. Room number 2. Name two places. Name two places with tessellations in nature. Name two places with tessellation 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 in nature. Next one, number 3. Number 3. Write the two types of tessellation. Number 3. Write the two types of tessellation. Next question. Write the two types of tessellations. Write the two types of tessellations. Now part B. That same question, question number A, part B. The earlier part was part A. Now part B. Part B, row number 1. Draw a pure tessellation by using. Draw a pure tessellation by using a equilateral triangle. Draw a PO tessellation by using a equilateral triangle. Draw a PO tessellation by using a equilateral triangle. By using a equilateral triangle. Row number 2. Draw a semi-PO tessellation. Draw a semi-PO tessellation. Draw a semi-PO tessellation. Draw a semi-PO tessellation by using a square and equilateral triangle. By using a square and equilateral triangle. Right. I will give you now 5 minutes time, only 5 minutes time to answer that questions. Right. Answer all that questions during 5 minutes time. Do it fast. First one answer. Does not overlap plane figures. Mark the answers. Does not overlap plane figures. Does not overlap plane figures. Does not overlap plane figures. Next one. No gaps between the figures. No gaps between the figures. No gaps between the figures. Right? No gaps between the figures. No gaps between the figures. Number 2. They ask question. Name 2 places with tessellation in nature. In religious places, ground. In religious places, ground. In floor designing. In the grounds, in floor designing. In religious places. In religious places, grounds, floors. You can see the places where you can see this tessellation can be seen. Next one. Name the 2 kind of tessellations. It's very easy. Pure tessellation and semi-pure tessellation. Pure tessellation and semi-pure tessellation. Name the 2 kind of tessellation. Pure tessellation and semi-pure tessellation. Next one. Draw a pure tessellation using a diagram. You can draw any correct answer. Remember, in that diagram there should be only equilateral triangle. You can draw tessellation which consists of equilateral triangle. Next one, last one was to draw a semi-pure tessellation using a square and a triangle. So you can draw any figure using a square and a triangle. Draw semi-pure tessellation also, which consists of a square and a triangle. Which consists of a square and a triangle. Which consists of a square and a triangle. Right? Which consists of a square and a triangle. You can draw any figure, right? Which consists only there can be 2 figures, right? A square and a triangle. I think that is the end of that lesson, tessellation. That is the end of the lesson, tessellation. Right? That's the end of the tessellation. Now write the topic: likelihood of an event. The topic: likelihood of an event. Likelihood of an event. And the topic: likelihood of an event. Likelihood of an event. And now we have the topic: likelihood of an event. The topic: likelihood of an event. Now write the topic and close your books. Write your book and close your theory book. The topic: likelihood of an event, and close the book. Now take last week's paper. There were some parts missing. No, there were some parts missing. No, there were some parts missing. So take the last week's paper. And turn to question number 3. I'm going to discuss the last week's paper, means model paper number 3. This one. Model paper number 3. You can clearly see it. Right. Model paper number 3. Main question number 3. Right. Main question number 3. Amardas had 100,000 rupees. Now I think I did listen in tessellation, and now you are like boring this side. I didn't discuss this question, remaining part of the last text out. After that again I will come to the big Amardas number 3. Amardas had 100,000 rupees. The person is Amardas. He have 100,000 rupees. Right? Amardas have 100,000 rupees. Right? Now he divided the money, this amount, between his elder son. He divided his money among the elder son, the younger son, and the daughter. He shares his money, right, among his 3 children: elder son, younger son, and the daughter. Right, elder son, younger son, and the daughter in the ratio of 5:3:2. In the ratio of 5:3:2. Amrdas was having 100,000 rupees, right? He shared among the money between elder son, younger son and daughter in the ratio of 5:3:2. Right. Number 1. How much money did elder son receive? How much money did elder son receive? Right? How much money did elder son receive? Now tell me, how many parts are there? 5 parts. Say 5 parts for elder son, 3 parts for younger son, and 2 parts for daughter. Altogether, how many total parts are there? Total number of parts. Total number of parts is how many? Total number of parts is 10. Right? Total number of parts is 10. So, what is the total amount? Total amount is 100,000 rupees. 100,000. Total amount is 100,000 rupees. Then the value of one part. What is the value of one part? Value of one part is 100,000 rupees divided by which number? 100,000 rupees divided by which number? 100,000 rupees divided by 10 parts are there, no? 10. 10 into 1, so answer is 10,000 rupees. The value of one part is 10,000 rupees. So, elder son, the money, elder son got. Elder son got is how many? But find it. The price of value of one part is how many? The value of one part is 10,000 rupees. The elder son have 5 parts. 10,000 into 5. The answer is 50,000 rupees. The elder son got 50,000 rupees. The money that elder son got was 50,000 rupees. You must write all these things. Right? The money that elder son got is 50,000 rupees. Right? The money that elder son got is 50,000 rupees. Write all these things. If you have not write these things, please write it. Clearly see it now. Right? The money elder son got is 50,000 rupees. The total number of parts, the ratio between 5:3:2. If I cannot be clearly observe 5. 5 into 3 into 2. The total number of parts is 10. Amardas was having 100,000 rupees. The value of one part is 100,000 divided by the number of parts 10. The value of one part is 10,000 rupees. Then the elder son got 5 parts out of it. The elder son got 5 parts out of it. It means 10,000 into 5. What is the answer? 50,000 rupees. The answer is 50,000 rupees. The amount that the elder son got is 50,000 rupees. Mark it fastly. The amount that elder son got is 50,000 rupees. The amount that elder son. Right, I am moving number 2 now. Number 2. How much money did younger son receive? You know that? How much money did younger son receive? Now, younger son received how many parts? He received 3 parts. Value of one part is 10,000 rupees. The money that younger son, very easy. Number 2. The amount that younger son receives. Very easy that part. Amount that younger son receives. Younger son received is how many? So it is 10,000. In one part is 10,000. 3 parts are there. 30,000 rupees. 30,000 rupees. The answer is 30,000 rupees. 30,000 rupees. Next one, how much money did daughter receive? The money amount, number 3, very easy. The amount that daughter received. How many? 20,000 rupees. 10,000 in two parts are there. 20,000 rupees. Daughter received 20,000 rupees. Right? Daughter received 20,000 rupees. Now you can see Amardas was having 100,000 rupees. 5 parts. We find that the value of one part was 1,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. So elder son got 5 parts, younger son got 3 parts, and daughter got 2 parts. So the amount that elder son got is 50,000 rupees. The amount that younger son got was 30,000 rupees. The amount that daughter received is 20,000 rupees. The amount that daughter receives is 20,000 rupees. The amount that daughter receives is 20,000 rupees. Right? Amount that daughter receives is 20,000 rupees. The younger son received 30,000 rupees. The younger brother, the daughter receives 20,000 rupees, and the elder one, he receives 50,000 rupees. Right. I think now you can understand this question well. We are moving to part 4. Part 4, very easy one. How much more money did elder son receive than that her daughter? Right? How much more money did elder son receive than that her daughter? Now elder son received 50,000 rupees. Daughter received 20,000 rupees. How much more than did he got? He got, the answer for number 4 is, elder son got 50,000 rupees. Daughter got 20,000 rupees. Now what is the difference between these two? Difference. You should find the difference. Difference is to find from 50,000 rupees we will subtract 20,000 rupees. You get the answer. What is the answer? 30,000 rupees is the answer. The difference between, so elder son got 30,000 rupees more than the daughter. Right? Elder son got 30,000 rupees more than the daughter. Elder son got 30,000 rupees more than the daughter. Mark the answers correctly. Number 5. Write down the amount received by younger son as a fraction. Write down the amount received by younger son as a fraction. You can see the younger son got how many rupees? 30,000 rupees. Right? The younger son got 30,000 rupees. Number 5. We are seeing number 5. He got 30,000 rupees from the 100,000 rupees. 100,000 rupees. He got 30,000 rupees from the 100,000 rupees. Write this fraction. You can see 4 to 4 cutted. The answer is 3 over 10. The answer is 3 over 10. 3 over 10. The answer is 3 over 10. The answer here is 3 over 10. The amount that younger son got was 10,000 rupees. The total money that father share was 100,000 rupees. So the fraction is 3 over 10. Right? The fraction is 3 over 10. The fraction is 3 over 10. Right? The fraction is 3 over 10. The fraction is 3 over 10. Number 6. We are moving fast to number 6 now. Number 6. I think you're just marking the answers. Right? Number 6. We want to convert this fraction as a percentage. We want to convert this number 6, this fraction as a percentage. And 3 over 10, no? How to convert this into percentage? Multiply the both sides by 10. So it becomes 30 over 100. This becomes 30 over 100. 30 over 100 means 30%. You can get the answer as, the answer is 30%. Answer is 30%. Right. So number answer is 30%. I am moving to I'm moving to question number 7. Right. I'm going to discuss question number 7 now. I'm going to move into, before explaining question number 7, before discussing question number 7, I'm first going to question number 6. First, I am going to question number 6. Right? Now see the board. Number 6. Very important question regarding with algebraic expressions. A question regarding with algebraic expressions. Very important question. Now see the board. We are discussing question number 6 now. Right, question number 6 now. X number of rice packets are prepared by a village to give a destitute camp. Right? X number of rice packets are prepared by a village to give to a destitute camp. Right? Another village. Now see, there are some villages discussed. First village they gave X number of rice packets. X rice packets was given. X number of rice packets was given by the first village. Right. Another village prepared twice the number of rice packets prepared by the above village. Now there's another village, we will name it as second village. Now first village, they prepare X number of rice packets. පළවෙනි ගම්මාන කියලා අපි පළවෙනි ගම්මාන ගත්තොත් පළවෙනි ගත්ත එක අපි ඒගොල්ලෝ හදුන X number of rice packets X ප්‍රමාණයක් හදනවා. දෙවෙනි village එක හදනවා. මේ ඉස්සර ගමින් හද ප්‍රමාණය වගේ දෙගුණයක්. So X, the first time X into 2 means what is the answer? 2X amount of rice packets are there. 2X rice packets are there. Now first village was they prepared X number of rice packets. Second village made twice of the amount which was made by the X. So it means X into 2 means 2X. The number of rice packets made by second village is 2X. Next one. Another village prepared the half the number of the rice packets by the first village. There's another village, we'll name it as third village. Third village, they prepared the half of the amount of the made by the first village. First village prepared X amount. First village X ප්‍රමාණයක් rice packets හදුවා. එකෙන් භාගයක් කියලා කියන්නේ X divided by 2 rice packets was made. X over 2 rice packets was made by the third village. 50 rice packets out of the total rice packets are damaged on transport and they removed. Now, when they transport this damage to this camp, when we transport this amount of rice packets to the camp, 50 was damaged, right? 50 was damaged when we transport these things to the camp. Now, they ask in the first one, build up an algebraic expression to show the total number of rice packets which are given to the destitute camp. Now we have to find the total number of packets given to the destitute camp. So now from the first village they give X amount of rice packets. Second village they give 2X amount of rice packets. Third village they give X over 2 amount of rice packets. The total number. How to find the total number given? How to find the total number given by this? How to find the total number given? Total number given. What is the total number given? X amount plus 2X plus X over 2. Right? X amount plus 2X plus X over 2. First village X amount, second village 2X amount, third village X over 2 rice packets was given. Find the addition first. 2X plus X means 3X plus X over 2. Now here you can find a normal number and a fraction. So you can take common denominator as 2. What is the answer then? Here is 1 no. 2 times 3 is 6X plus X means 7X over 2. 7X over 2. Damage amount. What is the damage amount? Damage amount is 50. So the remaining, the total number given. Here we can write total number of 3 villages. Total number of 3 villages and total number given to the camp. Total number given to the camp is how many? Total amount is 7X over 2. Should be subtracted 50. 50 was damaged. Right? 50 rice packets was damaged during transportation. So the answer here is 7X over 2 minus 50. You need to make a algebraic expressions there is the expression 7x over 7x divided by 2 minus 50. 7x divided by 2 minus 50. Now you can see here clearly total number gained from three wages is x plus 2x plus x over 2. X plus 2x means 3x plus here x over 2. So total you can get here, you can get the common denominator as 2. 2 times 1 is 2 times 3 is 6x plus x means 7x. 7x over 2. And they have given us that 50 rice packets was damaged. 50 rice packets were damaged. Total number of rice packets given to the destitute camp is 7x over 2 minus 50. 7x over 2 minus the total number of rice packets given to the destitute camp. Right? The total number of rice packets given to the destitute camp is 7x over 2 minus 50. The total number of rice packets given to the destitute camp is 7x over 2 minus 50. Write them down fastly. If you have not tried these things, you have tried them fastly. I will give you 2 minutes time. Right, and the time is enough. We are moving to number 2. If x equals 100, find the quantity. If x equals 100, find the quantity. Now we have to find the quantity of x equals 100. Right, find the quantity of x equals 100. Find it. You can substitute the values and find the answer. Substitute the values and find the answer. If x equals 100, find the quantity. If x equals 100, find the quantity is given to the camp. We got the expression as very easy. Substitution is there. 7x over 2 minus 50 is the amount given to the camp. Now x equals 100. It means 7 into 100 divided by 2 subtracted 50. 7 into 100 means 700 divided by 2 means 350 minus 50 means final answer should be 300. Final answer should be 300. Here 700 divided by 2 means 350 minus 50 means 300. The final answer is 300. Right? The final answer is 300. Right, now part B, we are moving to part B. Question number 6, part B. This is the end of the last one. Your answer is 300. 6A, this is number 2. The answer is 300. We know that the value of x is 100. 700 divided by 2 means 350 to 50 means 300. Remember, now this is the situation in the country. It's not very good. You know, now it has been highly, the virus has been highly spread throughout the country. So you must be safe. Always you must be safe, right? Always be safe. Be at home. Remember, now in this year I told you when we are at home also. Remember, you don't waste your time. You know that during this year of 12 months, during this 12 months, about 9 months you have been at home. Only about 2 months you have gone to school. So really a wastage of time, right? But remember, but we were able to complete all the lessons under grade 7. We were able to complete all lessons on the grade 7, so it's a very good task for us as a good, some not winning that we has been able to take that the reason that is the 4th day, now so with this conducting this online classes we were able to complete all the entire syllabus. If some other parts there were didn't I discuss by myself, I will try to include that parts into the next videos and discuss it. Right, so if you have any problems, please tell me. If you have any if it lessons that we didn't discuss, please tell me, then I will discuss that lessons in the future. Right, according to my memory, I think I have already completed all the lessons, or some lessons that I didn't discuss have been discussed with these questions. So when you discuss in the questions, all the lesson content it's been taught. So I think I have completed all the grade 7. So it is very important. Go through the notes again and again and check, right? Because this grade 7 maths knowledge is very important for you to work in grade 8. Otherwise, it's very difficult. We can't work in grade 8 if you don't work in grade 7 very well. You should have this knowledge well. So this is why we are conducting a online class and giving you these things and lecturing these things, and to take the maximum out of these things. We know when we are making a video, it's a very difficult task. You just think you can go to the WhatsApp group, just click the link and you can go through the video. But before making this video, there is a very hard process. If you know these things, you will know that there's a very big hard process under this thing. So we are doing all these things because of you, right? We are doing all these things because of you, because we can't work in grade 8 without this grade 7 knowledge. So it's very important to you. That is why we teach all this. Today I did lesson tessellation also, no? So, and again I am going to before doing that lesson likelihood of an event, I did start these lessons. The reason is that I want to discuss all these papers. That's the reason of giving that question. That is the reason of discussing that question again, right? So next week I am going to do the lesson likelihood of an event. Right? Next day I am going to do the lesson likelihood of an event. So get ready with that. With doing that lesson, I think we have completed all the syllabus. The entire syllabus is been covered. So all the areas were covered with papers. We did mainly 3 papers. During the last 3 weeks, the main reason of doing the papers is to catch up or cover up all the syllabus. I make the papers with all the lessons are included in that paper. Right? I also discuss in circular manner. මම මේ ප්‍රශ්න discuss කරන නිකන් සාකච්ඡා කරනවා discuss කරන්නේ හොඳට බලලා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මොකද කෙරෙන්නේ නැති පාඩම් කියලා බලලා ඒවට වැදගත් තැන් මොකද කියලා බලලා ඒක just මේ සාකච්ඡා කරන්නේ මේ ගාන හොඳ ගානක් නින් තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ ආවරින් හදපු ගානක් මේකේ හදපු ගානක් නින් තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේක discuss කරේ. හරිද? මේ තමත් ගොඩක් මේ වීඩියෝ එකක් හදනවා කියන එක ලේසි නේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ නම් තියෙන group එකට ගිහලා link එක ඔබලා මේ වීඩියෝ එකට සම්බන්ධ. නමුත් ඒ වීඩියෝ එක හදන්න කලින් ඊට යටින් ගොඩක් මෙහෙවරක් කරන්න තියෙනවා. නමුත් ඒ මෙහෙවර සියල්ල කරලා තියෙන ඕගොල්ලෝ වෙනුවෙන් ඕගොල්ලෝ grade 8 වලදී හොඳට වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. අපිට මේ මාසෙකමාර අපි නිකන් හිටලා මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? අපේ grade 8 වලදී ඕගොල්ලෝ ක්ලාස් එකට ආවනම් ක්ලාස් වල කිසි දෙයක් කොට කරගන්න බෑ. ඒ හේතුව මාස දෙකක් විතර ගෙදර ඉඳලා ලයිට් ක්ලාස් එකට ආවන් පස්සේ ආයෙත් කිසි දෙයක් කරගන්න විදියක් නැහැ. අර්ථිබ්බ දෙන්න මොන නැති වෙලා යන්නේ. ඒකින් තමයි අපි මේ කොහොම හරි අද 4 වෙනිදා අපි තව සාර්ථක විදිහට මේ ගමන ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. යම් කිසි ඒ සාර්ථකත්වයට හේතු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ අපි මේක කරපු හින්දා. මෙහෙම නොකර හිටියනම් ඔයගොල්ලෝට එහෙම මෙතන කිසි දෙයක් මෙතන grade 8 වැඩ කරගන්න අමාරුයි. ඔකට තේරෙයි මේක මාස දෙකක් විතර වැඩ නොකර හිටියනම් අයිත් මැස් පොත ජීවිතේට අල්ලන්නේ නැහැ. මෙහෙම කරපු හින්දා අපි කොහොම හරි අමාරුයි. අපි ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගෙවල්ට කෝල් දීලා කියනවා. දෙපාර තුන් පාර කෝල් කරලා දීලා group වලට ගොඩක් ප්‍රශ්න ආවා. group වලට add වෙනවා, group වලින් remove කරනවා, ඊළඟට ආයි තව number add කරන්න කියන ගොඩක් ප්‍රශ්න අපිට මේක කරන් යද්දී ආවා. ඒ ඔක්කොම ප්‍රශ්න මැදදී මේ ටික අපි කරේ හරියට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ අවශ්‍ය දේවල් දෙන්න ඕන හින්දා. හරිද? අපි යම් කිසි මට්ටම සාර්ථක මට්ටමක ඇවිදිනවා. අපි සිහර මේ මාස දවස් 4 කරගන්න බැරි වුණා නම් අපිට තේරෙයි මේක අටවසරට ගියන් පස්සේ ගොඩක් දුෂ්කරතාවලට මුහුණ දෙන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. නමුත් අපි අද ගොඩක් සාර්ථකයි යම් කිසි මට්ටමකට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. අපි ආ පාස් පේපර්ස් දැන් මොඩලස් තුනක් ඩිස්කස් කරලා දැන් තුනක් ඩිස්කස් කරලා මේක ඩිස්කස් කරන් පස්සේ તો එහෙම කරලා තියෙනවා යම් කිසි මට්ටමකට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. පරණ දේවල් ටික අයිත් අපි රිවයිස් කරගෙන තියෙනවා. ඕගොල්ලන්ට වගකීමක් තියෙනවා. අයිත් පරණ පාඩම් වලට ගිහිල්ලා ඒ වදගත් පොයින්ට්ස් එක අයිත් ග්‍රහණය කරගෙන තම නවද තියෙනවා අයිත් මොකක් හරි බෙර දෙයක් තියෙනවා මට කෝල් එකක් දිගට අහගන්න. මම ඒකට කියන්නම්. ප්‍රයිවට් මම මෙසේජ් එකක් දාන්න WhatsApp මම ප්‍රයිවට් මෙසේජ් එකක් දාලා මට කියන්න සර් මට මේ පාඩම තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. මම ගස් මාරු පාඩම් වල වීඩියෝස් තියෙනවා මට මේ වීඩියෝ එක හරි එවන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියන්නේ හොඳට පාඩම් වල අයිත් නැවත ගිහලා හොඳට කරුණු ටික ග්‍රහණය කරගන්න. අයිත් හොඳට කරුණු ටික ග්‍රහණය කරගෙන 100% ලේසියෙන් වැඩ ටික හරියට කරන් යන්න. අපිට ගොඩක් ප්‍රශ්න මේ ටික කරන් මේ ගානට හරි කරගෙන ගියේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ අපිට ස්වයං පොඩි සහයෝගයක් ගොඩක් කට්ටිය අපිට ලැබුණේ. ගොඩක් කට්ටිය අපිට ලැබිච්ච සහයෝගය ගොඩක් මදි. ඒ කියන්නේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය Tamanට ඕනෝට එපාට කරන්නේ. මේ අපිට ඕනෝට තමයි මේක ටික කරගෙන ගියේ. අපේ කටේ බලෙන්ද මේක ටික කරන් ගිය මෙච්චර දවස්. හරි ඒක හින්දා තව වගේ මේ කියන්නේ හොඳට වැඩ ටික මේ ඉස්සරහ ටික මේ තව දෙයක් අපිට තියෙන හත් ටික කරලා ගලලා අපි ලබන මාසෙ. From December month we are going to start the grade 8 classes. Right? From December month they are going to start grade 8 classes. So do it responsibly. Right? Do it work and work maximum and take the maximum out of this work. Right? Okay. We are going to part B now. We are going to part B. We are going to part B. Right, part B now. 5 more than 4 Construct algebraic expressions for the following. Construct algebraic expressions for the following. 5 more than 4 times of the value represented by m. 5 more than the 4 times of the value represented by m. 5 more than the 4 times of the value represented by m. Now 5 more than the 4 times of the, now m, there's a m, 4 times of m means multiple by 4, it means 4m. 5 more means 4m plus 5. So the expression should be 4m plus 5. The expression should be 4m plus 5. 4 times then the m is 4m, and again 5 more than, it means 4m plus 5. The answer is 4m plus 5. Right? The answer is 4m plus 5. The answer is 4m plus 5. Next one, number 2. Number 2, 1/2 of the value represented by a. Subtract the fifth of the value. Subtract 1/5 of the value represented by b from 1/2 of the value represented by a. Right? So the value represented by a means half. 1/5 means b into 1/5. So answer is a over 2 minus b over 5. The answer is a over 2 minus b over 5. Right? A over 2 minus b over 5. The answer here is a over 2 minus b. Now they have told us clearly that subtract 1/5 of the value represented by b. Now just think, 1/5 of the value represented by means 1 over 5 into b. 1 over 5 into b means b over 5. The answer is b over 5. Right? The answer is b over 5. And again we tell that subtract from the half of the value of a. A වලින් represent කරන value එකෙන් භාගයක් තමයි අඩු ගන්න කියන්නේ b වලින් represent කරන value එක. A over 2 minus b over 5 is the answer. Answer is a over 2 minus b over 5. Right? The answer is a over 2 minus b over 5. Right? A over 2 minus b over 5 is the answer. The answer is a over 2 minus b over 5. Right? I think now today is enough for today's lesson. We discussed about 1.5 hours during time. Right? Today we discussed the sun tessellation, and also we discussed some remaining part of the last week's paper. Right? I will send you the next week's homework. I will tell you in the WhatsApp group. You have to get through the messages. For the WhatsApp group, I will send you the messages. The next message, what is the homework, then what is the paper that you want to discuss. I will see it, and I will tell you what is the homework next week's, what is we are going to discuss. So you have to do. I think you all have get the papers. Now I think you all have get the papers from the institute. If somebody is still there who not take the papers, please go to the institute tomorrow and take all the papers of this month. Don't go again and again. Don't go by week by week. සතිය යන්න එපා. දැන් මේ කරදරෙත් එක්ක සතිය යන්න ඔකට කරදරේ ආරක්ෂිතත්වයට එච්චර හොඳ දෙහින් සතිය යන්න තියා ගන්න එපා. එක දවසක් ගෙහෙට ගිහිල්ලා සතියම මාසෙන් පේපර් ටික හෙට ගන්න කියලා. සයන්ස් වල මැත්ස් වල දෙකම මාසෙන් පේපර්ස් ටිකට ගන්න. අතට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලේසි. මම එතකොට මම ගාන්ට WhatsApp group එකේ message එක දාන්නම්. ගාන්ට මොකද්ද ඊළඟ හතිය ඩිස්කස් කරන්න මොකද්ද කියලා. අද හරි හෙට හරි මම ගොඩක් දුර ඒ හොම් මොකක්ද බලලා මම ටියුට් එක බලලා මම කරන්න. ඔයාලා අපන හතිය මම ඩිස්කස් කරන්න මේ ටික. එතකොට ඒක group එකේ තියෙන message එක බලලා ලබාදී ඩිස්කස් කරන්න ඒවා සූදානම් වෙන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? එහෙනම් දැන් ඉස්සරහට ටික කරන් යන්නේ මම හිතනවා today was successful. Today is our 4th day. Today is our 4th day, right? It's our 4th day. I think you got something out of this today's lesson also. You got something out of the today's lesson also. So we are going to end the today's lesson. So always I will tell again and again, be safe. So it's the most of be safe and always stay at home. Be safe and stay at home. And we'll meet next week. Until that, goodbye and good night, children.